Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please. Today's video will be another yap session of me just yapping about a game failing again. So I hope you're all ready for that. You know, Starfield was already being labeled as Game of the Decade. Well, let's look at reasons to why Starfield failed to meet people's expectations. It's a lot, if I'm being honest. I like to show how much time I've spent on the game beforehand because I don't like trashing on a game without like showing that I've played it enough. So here's like me playing. I've spent like this amount of time. It's a lot, honestly. I've played it when it came out within the first week. I think like 2-3 weeks in, and then I beat it. Beaten it. So yeah, man. I always like to show proof because I'm not one of those people who just hate without showing that I've spent enough time and to give a valid opinion and reason. Because these days people will just put they'll just put bullshit and then call it a day. But for me, I like to show that I've actually played it, spent enough time, and then give my thoughts and opinions on that. And when it comes to these type of videos and topics, of course, I like to make sure I don't just put bullshit. So man, let's start with each reason to why it failed. I'm not even joking, man. This video might end up 5-10 hours, maybe 20, because the yap session is going to be immaculate.
Yes, sir!
But let's start off with reason number one, the FPS, frames per second, 30. Why is it 30? Oh my god. You're gonna give us this big space open world game just for it to be 30 FPS. Starfield. What were you thinking? Todd Howard, what were you thinking? Why would you do that? I had to bring this up because it is like the main reason. So, I mean, hey, if you go on social media or if you was during that Starfield time, you knew that when it was announced that it would be capped at 30 FPS, bro, people were going like through wire, bro. Like the Fallout fans or Bethesda fans against like fans outside of Bethesda, they were fighting it out, bro. And I was just there waiting for the game to come out, but at the same time, I was disappointed because how could you have like a console that's $500? It's labeled as the most powerful console currently, which is the Xbox Series X, and it's capped at 30 FPS. I think that's one of the most disappointing things I've ever heard. I'm getting emotional, man, because why would they do that? And then they later on add 60 FPS, meaning they could have done it, but then they only did it now. When the game just died. Come on, man. Okay, even with it being capped at 30 FPS, the performance was absolutely terrible just for Xbox alone. I don't know about the PC. I'm recording on PC right now, by the way. It's stuck. You can't even reach 100 FPS. I don't know why, but it's stuck on like 100, no, below 100 FPS. So I don't know why. And my PC is good, bro. Like the graphics on medium quality. So I don't know why it's like doing so bad. But right, the performance when it came out was trash, straight trash. And I was playing on the Series X because when you're entering a ship or leaving a ship or you're walking around the city, like certain areas, like I think Aquila City, when you enter Aquila City, there would be like a major lag or like FPS drop on Xbox alone that I'm aware of, only Xbox. I don't know about PC, but it would like have like a major FPS drop. Oh my god, that thing was so bad. I don't know what the hell, why, like how did they miss that spot, because it was so bad. It wasn't me because I know like I restarted Starfield, restarted the console, uh did reload saves. It definitely wasn't just me. It's fixed now, but that's how I know it was like wasn't just me. All right, man. Number two, modding. All right, man. Number two, modding. Modding has been a big thing in video games for over a decade now. Modding games like Skyrim, Fallout 4, GTA, Red Dead, and like so many other games has always been a cool thing, in my opinion, and the gaming community. But clearly, Starfield lacked that in a major way. Fallout 4 had a massive, or like, okay, not had, but it has or had a massive modding community. But it's clearly showing that right now that those modders in Fallout 4 do not give a shit about Starfield. Do I blame them?
No.
Absolutely not. Fallout 4 has or had a massive modding community, but clearly modders have given up on the game. Starfield like this, for example. As you can see, Skyrim Together is a popular mod with an incredible team, but even a big and popular mod team like themselves even gave up after a week when the game came out. I tried the mods on Starfield when it came out, and the modding wasn't an issue because they had a Starfield mod where you can have lightsabers and costumes. The modding was cool, but the game itself was lacking heavily. You can turn Starfield into like a Star Wars aesthetic game, but that's not enough if the game is bland and boring. It doesn't have that cool shooting animations, the graphics is like lacking, and it's just not there for modding to save it. Fallout 4, at least Fallout 4, nah, it's not even at least. Fallout 4's modding, if you look at it, it's way beyond Incredibles because the game itself is just good. The story is trash, but Fallout 4 modding is amazing. Starfield, both without mods and mods can't save the game, and that is a huge problem if a game lacks that. Bugs and glitches, man. Of course, in any game, even in 100 years from now, there will always be bugs and glitches. There'll never ever not be that unless, I mean, some AI can always take out that shit or something. But that's like a whole nother other thing. Alright, number 3, bugs and glitches. Of course, in any game, even in 100 years from now, there will always be bugs and glitches. But when it comes to Bethesda and their games with bugs and glitches, that's a whole nother problem. When I played Starfield, I found a lot of glitches like infinite credits, XP glitches, ways to get loot easily like gathering underneath. Like there will be like a glitch in Aquila City, if you knew about it, where you look at the ground and then you can take the chest from there. I don't know how the hell the people figured that out. And the fact that Starfield took so long to fix that shit, that was disappointing, man, because like that's like speedrunning the game easily. But yeah, like that was the easy way to get loot. The suit in New Atlantis, the lodge. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
The lodge. If you go down underground, there's like a suit in the glass. If you like look in the between the glass lens or something, you can get the suit. I don't know how the hell Starfield, like, do they have any testers?
No.
Because these bugs are massive. Yeah, massive. Like, it's not small bugs, man. These bugs are like crazy. These glitches are crazy. To get like these suits like that so easily, like, did they not test it out before just releasing it? They just like made the game and said, yeah, man, release that shit. Let's pray that they accept that shit. Ay, 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 ay. And because of all these bugs and glitches, players couldn't go around and freely enjoy the open worlds. Because I mean, you'd no no clip through walls, the floors. So it'll be like a massive problem in which people couldn't enjoy the game just by free roaming itself. Number 4, man, Starfield's galaxy map and planets. Now, Starfield has a big, massive, yeah, massive map, galaxy star map. I'll be honest, just as any normal person would say, quality over quantity. And that's where the problem comes in with Starfield. 1000 planets, man. That is a lot. Let's be honest, 1,000 planets. Oh, you'd expect like each planet to be heavily designed, creative, handcrafted to like perfection. Why make 1,000 planets when 99% of them are absolute mud, trash, dull, and empty? Hey, and guys, this may not be related to number 4, but the space missions were absolutely.
Ass.
I was doing a Crimson Raid faction mission, and in space, there was like this mission where there was a stupid like bug or glitch where you destroy all the ships and like there's multiple waves, and then for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, when I'm shooting the last ship would be invincible. I'll go through all the waves, I'll do all the stupid ships just for the last ship to be invisible. Just by talking about all this, man's making my head hurt. So, hey. But like I said, the problem with Starfield, Fallout 4 has, I don't know why this is it's like a big problem with Bethesda, but Starfield and Fallout 4 had like these glitches where you can easily farm XP easily or get like infinite credits, and those glitches are like concerning because if it's like a back-to-back thing, that's like a bad thing. And it's clear that they don't give a shit about patching glitches and bugs instantly or like having a full team where they test it out fully from start to end and then release it. It's either the testing team is on, like, I don't know what the hell they're doing, bro. They probably get paid and just sleep while leaving the game on, and they said, yeah man, I spent like 50 hours testing the game, totally didn't sleep the whole night and called it that. Because here's the thing, man. Within 1 week since the game came out, and I was struggling to do that mission, I spent like 2-3 hours, and every time it kept getting bugged to the end. I restarted the console. I think I restarted. No, I didn't restart, but I had to reinstall Starfield, and I spent 2-3 hours on that stupid mission with that one bug where the ship was keep getting invincible. The last ship to complete the mission. Oh my god, I had to complete it though because, like I said, within the 1 week I was playing it non-stop. That mission there was a disappointment.
We do not care.
And man, I had to let you all know because the suffering I got from that game and in-game was immaculately insane. And let's be honest, man, the only planets or areas that people only care about in Starfield are New Atlantis, Neon City, and Aquila City. Everything else in the map is absolutely mud. Cause hey, all those planets are empty, man. It's empty. Ain't nobody give a shit about empty planets. We want cities. Sure. I mean, I want cities, but it's only like those three that people give a shit about, including me. The rest are just like bland, it's like the desert, man. Just like bland, straight terrain. That's it. All right. I think the main one is number 5, the story and writing. The story and writing will play a major part in any video game. The graphics, it doesn't have to be realistic, man. Even if it's absolute pixelated PS2, PS1 graphics, if the story and writing is absolutely fire, you got a 10 out of 10 game. It's really that simple. But guys, no joke, the gameplay that I recorded right now, I forgot how boring the start of the story was. Like, I was almost falling asleep whilst recording, just for background footage. The story from the start to the middle, right to the end, was absolutely boring. A complete snooze fest that I would just be sleeping and just like the cutscene, like the ending could be showing the whole full cutscene, and I could just go sleep, wake up, and I wouldn't give a shit. That's how bad it was. I don't know. I remember it, but it was so boring that it's like the story and writing was so boring that you won't even want to remember it. That's how bad it is. Spoilers ahead, man, but I'm pretty sure to get you complete the ending, then you have to get these artifacts. So like to get the true ending, you have to get like what it was. I think you have to beat the game 6, 20 or 30 times. No, yeah, you have to get like these artifacts there's like over 6 artifacts. Each one has powers, so you have to like beat it and like rinse and repeat. There is no way you have to do that multiple times to get all the powers. And I think then you get the true ending, something like that. Like I remember it like back then I watched it, but I couldn't give a shit to go and what you call rewatch it again. I ain't doing all that. Another thing is like this, the dialogue. Sarah or Sarah, the UK girl, but the what you call, like when there was like romance or emotional, like they were trying to be like showing romance and emotional. Bro, my English, when they were trying to like show emotions and be romantical, I don't feel it at all, bro, because the way they say is like so like, hey, I like this. Okay, wait, let me do an example. Hey, I love you, so when am I gonna go on a date? Like, they don't put like effort into the actual say like, hey man, I love you, man, when are we going on a date, like that thing. They just say it with the most straight face, and then the voice tone is absolutely shit. The dialogue, like I said, man, there's I think 250,000 dialogue. That's half of Red Dead's 2 dialogue. And the problem with this, like I said, the story and writing is that there's not one remarkable scene I can remember. There's not one memorable scene I can remember, and there's not one iconic dialogue I can remember. Like there's no line I can remember from Starfield that you will remember. Nah, it's like you play the game and like that's it. It's just like a by the way game at this point. With Fallout 4, you remember it like wow, wow never changes. That is like one of the most, or is the iconic line for Fallout 4. Even with all the bashing it gets, it's remembered for something, right? Which is the iconic line. Starfield is lacking in so much, like the music, the characters, the writing, the story, the planets. Uh, it's really disappointing, man, because they made it a big thing for 25 years in the making, and for a story like this is absolutely pathetic. Number 6, the character models. I don't think it's a big thing, but it has to be here because, of course, you would expect improvement in looks in character models like facial animation, walking, moving, running, like all that type of things. But clearly not with Starfield. Because why does all the random characters, companions, and even your avatar looks ugly? There is no character model, like there's no improvements since Fallout 4. They all look, they don't look good, the characters. Maybe that's just me, but they all don't look good. I mean, they just look like PS3, PS2 graphics, man. That's all I can say. Here's comparisons to what I'm talking about. I will like put Cyberpunk's one. Obviously, Cyberpunk is a different genre and like studio with graphics, but at the same time, you'd expect Space Ones to be. You would expect Starfield to look very realistic in a way, like not realistic, like yeah, like realistic, but like with the Cyberpunk way. Like it's not scary at all. The game, I'll be honest. The monsters and all that, I wasn't scared at all because like there was no like scary animation, killing animation, death, like after death animation. It was like just like, you died, whatever. Just boot up the game and then done. I think one of the main ones that I can fully agree on here is no vehicles or no land vehicles in Starfield. I don't know, like please Todd Howard, tell me why the hell would you not add a land vehicle when there's 1,000 planets in the game? What were you thinking? Not a single land vehicle. I am not trying to do cardio runs on big planets. If you look at just look at this. He says we can use jet boost, jetpacks, but even with plain jetpacks, you go so slow. You can't go high. The moving is so slow if you go forward or backwards. Even if you improve the jetpack in the skill tree or get a better jetpack from like the shop or anything, it's still absolutely slow. And now a year later, it's added, and you only add only one after a year. Like be serious, Todd Howard. Starfield. Only one after a year. Should this be a reason since the DLC came out this year? Ah, screw it. Number 8. Starfield's Shattered DLC. I'll just get straight to the point, man. The DLC was absolutely trash. Here's the Steam review in case people are wondering. Yep, the Steam review looks absolutely beautiful, doesn't it? And here's a beautiful comment I saw under this DLC review. I think that DLC review comment, that commentator, he speaks for basically a lot of Starfield fans for the DLC, because this comment describes it perfectly. Here's how I would do it, man. Because if the devs were smart, why not make the DLC free since you lost? It went from what? 300,000 players to 7,000 players on Steam? If they were smart, why not make the DLC free? But even then too, I'll be honest, I looked at the trailer, it's absolutely trash. It's garbage. It's just plain. There's nothing like, wow, this DLC is like different, man. Nah, man, it's garbage. It's overpriced, and this long and we get this DLC. And I'm pretty sure we only got like 3 cities in Starfield. Like I said, man. I mean, hey, my Yap session was crazy. Like 27 minutes right now. I'll have to do editing after this. But yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you watched to the end, I appreciate that. Just me yapping, man. Just me yapping as usual. At this point, man, this game's giving me a headache. I appreciate it if you could like, subscribe. Subscribing, you don't even have to like, just subscribe. That helps me out more, because it'll help the channel grow more. But yeah, man, like I said, I appreciate a like, subscribe. I appreciate if you watch to the end of me yapping, and hey man, give me your opinions, because maybe I'm just putting bullshit as usual. But other than that, man, thank you all for watching. You can check out my other yap sessions here on the screen. I've completed Metro, here's that. If you want to watch gameplay of me just putting bullshit besides yapping. I mean, I'm yapping in the game as well, but if you want to check out Metro of me playing that, I completed it not long ago. Other than that, man, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care and peace.